This is the best it's gonna be. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be filming a video right now. I am in Mike's grandmother's car in, I was gonna say California, in Florida. I'm about to go into Marshall's. I just went to the Goodwill and it was not a fan. I just walked out because I was like, this is a waste of my time. I'm looking a little rough, but I wanted to do a Q&A. I just put up my video of our time in Disney, and I just feel like I need to do something. So I got a bunch of good questions. I put up a question thing on my Instagram, so if you don't follow me, follow me. Sorry that we're like literally in a parking lot. I don't know if people are gonna walk by, but like, I don't even care. All right, so let's just get started. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hi, it's me, I'm here. So, the first question I got, and someone else asked the same thing. The first question I got was, if you ever were to go back to school, what would you major in? And someone also asked, like, what would you want to do is for your career if you were to go back to school? And it's funny because it's very, I go back and forth a lot. I think criminal justice and like working in the justice system would be really, really cool and interesting, and it's something that I would like to do. But I know my brother's a lawyer, and not that I would want to be a lawyer, but like do something in that field. But I know that there's like so much behind the scenes and so much knowledge you have to know. Not like I wouldn't want to, but it's definitely a lot. And then the only other thing I would be interested in is being like a makeup artist, an esthetician, or not a hairdresser. It would be a makeup artist, esthetician. That would be like the only other thing I would want to do. So that's that. Another question, typical day of eating. I don't have a good like diet. I try to do the best that I can. I have a coffee. Sometimes I'll have an English muffin if I'm hungry in the morning. Sometimes I'm just not hungry. When I was home, I was doing a ton of smoothies. Usually a ton of frozen bananas, blueberries, strawberries, a ton of spinach or kale with almond milk, and that's literally all I did. And then lunch, either a pastrami sandwich if I have it, or like no lunch, maybe just a smoothie. And then dinner, dinner is like our special like family time. Like we like to sit down and have a nice dinner together. So I'll usually make some kind of meat with a starch or a, I don't know, carb. The plaza that I'm in, where Marshall's is, has a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if you're interested in that, but I'm just saying. The lady right here, she locked herself out of her car. I'm gonna have to pause this right now because I have to go to meet Mike for dinner with the kids. I don't even know what question I was on. Someone else asked the hardest part of being a mom. Probably when your kids are sick and you feel helpless and all you want to do is make them feel better, and you would do anything in the entire world to make them feel better and for things to be back to normal. Alright guys, this is gonna be paused. I'll be right back in a different location. Alright, so the next question was, what was the hardest part from having one baby to having two babies? And it was really the lack of sleep and just like a schedule. And I mean, like, people don't tell you when you're pregnant that they don't tell you the bad stuff, because if you think about it, you have a brand new baby and you're meeting this baby for the first time. Like, you don't know, you know, all babies have signs of like being in pain or being hungry or having, you know, things like that. But it's a huge adjustment. Having a baby is a huge adjustment, and I had a really hard time adjusting. That was, I've talked about it before, that was like the hardest summer of my entire life. I had been at the end of May, and Michael was 3.5, and it was really tough. So I can't choose like one thing. It was hard. Like, I was trying to nurse Ben, and then Michael was 3.5 and needed my attention and go outside, and it was really overwhelming. And we got through it, but it took a good like year, literally like a year, for me to like be like, okay, I got this. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, and that's not to scare anyone, and everyone's different. That might have just been me, but yeah, it was hard. Someone also asked if I were to have another baby, if I'd want a boy or a girl. And obviously I want a girl, obviously. I feel like when it comes down to it, when I find out if it's a boy or a girl, I will be totally fine either way. I love having 2 boys. I love having 2 kids of the same gender. I just feel like they'll be so close. Not like my brother and I aren't close, but we weren't as kids, you know? Like, he would do his boy stuff and I would do my girl stuff, and we really had nothing in common, you know? So I love that they play together, but boys are definitely a lot. And of course I just want a little girl. Like, I want a little girl and like do her hair and like have someone to talk about makeup with when she gets older. And so obviously I want a girl, but if I were to have a boy, I'd be totally fine. What is my all-time favorite makeup product? I don't know if I could choose one. Well, I guess I could. Probably the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I truly, in my heart of hearts, don't think that I would ever use a different powder. It's my tried and true. I've bought probably literally 100 of them throughout my course of wearing that powder, and it's super cheap. It's at the drugstore, and sometimes they have buy one get one, so it's like you can't go wrong. Another question is, what have I done for jobs in the past? And I've mostly worked in restaurants. I've been a hostess or worked at a counter at a restaurant, or my last job I was a waitress at a nice Italian restaurant, mostly Italian with seafood and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my first job, was at a candy store. Next question is, what do I do when I feel like I'm about to break down? That's a great question, and this is a great example of it. So Mike and I have been with the kids every waking second this past week, over a week, and Mike went golfing this morning, so when he got home he took the kids to go mini golfing, and that's why I'm in Mike's grandmother's car, just kind of doing whatever, because I just need a second away from them. I did a whole video on how to stay like a productive and like motivated mom, and I explained a lot in that video about having time for yourself, and having alone time is so important. And I'm going to meet them for dinner right now, and I'll be totally fine. Like, it was just how many hours, like, I've been gone for 2 hours, and like that, I just need that like refresher to have time for myself, or I will lose it. Like, I will, you know, it can be really hard. So, and if you're in a situation where you can't like literally get out, lock yourself in the bathroom. I mean, make sure your kids are okay, but like make sure they're okay, and then go into another room and just like be at peace for a moment. Call a friend, anything like that is what I do. Okay, last question is, how do I stay looking so fit? I'm not fit at all. I'm so out of shape, it's like not even okay. I don't really know. I don't think I could even tell you. I gain a lot of weight when I'm pregnant, and then I keep it on a little bit while I'm breastfeeding, and then once I stop breastfeeding, I literally lose 15 pounds, and then I just stay that weight. I really honestly don't even know. I mean, I don't like crazy watch what I eat, but I don't eat like a total slob kebab. We eat out, like, I'm not gonna act like we don't, but I try to cook at home. I try to eat at home as much as I can, smoothies, things like that, and not like indulging in too much yucky food. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for asking all of these questions. Great questions, I must say. So I'm almost there to meet the boys for dinner, so I will see you in my next video. Love you. Mwah. Bye.